to you all. Seeing you all today, it takes me back to the times of 2003 when I myself was in my alma mater, Kurnool Medical College. I know how difficult it is to get a seat here in IIIT. It's not easy. You have to be one of the best minds and top the JEE exams. And how many of you are from institutes like Alan, Chaitanya, Narayana? Oh my God. Okay. So almost 90% of you are from them. Okay. So I am telling you, believe me, I was also a student of Vikas Guntur at that point of time. This is going to be the best part of your life. Believe me. Because this is where you grow yourselves not only as future engineer but also as future adult. Now you have come from more or less a jail-like situation. Am I correct or not? No? Yes. You are happy? Yeah, jail-like situation. Now you are free. Free to think, free to live, free to grow, free to evolve. So my first, when I want to tell someone who has entered such a good institute, first relax and then remember, this is the best part of your life where you need not feel the burden emotionally, physically, financially. Once you cross this, oh, you are into the real life. The real life starts then. Everything. So this is the best part of the life. Okay. So I have been given the topic to speak about your role in building nation. People are getting bored already. I have been allotted 1 hour. You tell me how much time I want to speak, I will finish in that time. Huh? 24? 24 hours is impossible. You can't sit, I can't stand. Okay, fine. I really feel it is a privilege because you people have struggled so much and you are the best minds, and now today I am able to speak to you about how to contribute to developing our country with these best minds of our country. Okay, we all love our country, right? Definitely, everyone loves their country. So why have you chosen this course, IIIT DM and good institute? I am not able to hear, but you got the seat, you missed. Okay, this is a very good institute. Just now I had interacted with your registrar. The uniqueness of this institute is here you have a combination of computer science, electronic engineering and mechanical, where the real process of imagining things, designing things, building a prototype and manufacturing comes together. See, we all love our country, but I just want to say what I felt way back in 2011 when I visited United States. They had this system, when the cars go, it used to get automatically opened whenever they were going through the toll gate. I was in 2011 going from India and I was thinking, still our country was collecting toll tax and all those things. I was like, oh, when will my country develop this much? Still we are lagging behind, and at one point I thought we are not going to progress like that at all. Maybe I should settle back in United States. This was in 2011. Recently I had an opportunity to be the guest of United States in 2025. Believe me, they are still using plastic cards, credit cards and debit cards. But how many of us are using credit cards and debit cards nowadays? We are not using, most of the people. What are we using? How many of you are carrying cash now? How many of you have cash right now in your pockets? In your pockets. I will ask you to show. In your pockets. Do you have? Then why did you lift your hand? Wow, that is PhonePe. Good. And still in America, people are carrying cash. Some places they are not accepting cards. The cards are not working. It is written. But me, in 2025, I was like, I am not used to carrying cash or credit cards. I am using only phone. This is the kind of change which happened in 2011 to 2025. Hardly 13-14 years. That's what made me proud. I proudly told them, we are not using the cards or we are not using the cash anymore. We are just using the mobile phone. They were like, you make so much payments with mobile. They have payments, but you see, when you go outside, you can use your mobile data when you want to buy a coconut or when you want to buy a Mercedes Benz. Correct or not? A student can use a PhonePe or a street vendor can use a PhonePe. This is the kind of inclusion. Inclusion means people across the society, whether it is a street vendor, whether it is a farmer, whether it is a doctor, whether it is a student, we are able to use the digital technology. This is the transformation India has made. But who has made it? Who designed the UPI system? Who have designed the who has designed the mobiles? This is all done by the youth of 2011 to 2025. That means at that point of the time, the brightest minds, they have done this. Not just, importing technology. They have put their minds, they have identified the problems of country. They have done that. But who is going to do it in the future? You are going to do that, right? You are the brightest minds. You are going to identify the problems of our country, and you are going to build a new India or a Vikasit Bharat by 2047 when we are completing 100 years of independence. See, whenever we say about India has transformed, India has developed this much, you people are all educated. I need not tell much about that. There is a lot of transformation. I have been staying in Kurnool since when I was 8 years. But see, now what we have got. Everywhere you are seeing airports, roads, and then you see mobile data, connectivity, digital technology, all these things. Just, this is not a Vikasit Bharat. You have to think how this is happening, and who is behind that. That is where you people come. Our generation, I mean, I am a doctor, but maybe counterparts, engineers have built whatever has happened till now. But who is going to build India further? Who is going to contribute till in the coming next generations? It's you people, the youth of the present times. That is why you people are going to lead this country, and you are the important ones. You are the torchbearers of our country. Just remember that. And I just want to say, you know how many UPI transactions occur in a day? Any idea? 70 to 80 crore transactions. And I want to say, out of 2 digital transactions that happened across the world, 1 transaction comes from our country, Bharat. That is the situation what we have achieved. It is because of the best minds who have developed this technology and who have also made this accessible to people. I want to take back you to those times. I don't know whether you remember, maybe your sirs, my professors will remember. When I was in my undergraduation, we used to count. If you want to make an outgoing call, you get charged. And after some time, maybe after 1 month, if you want incoming call also, you get charged. And if you have to send a message, you get charged. And making STD call means to other district or to other state, it used to charge almost 5 to 6 rupees per minute. And now we are getting 3G data almost cheaper in the world. It's the cheapest in the world at around 10 rupees per GB. I went to US, I brought it at I think around 100 rupees per GB. This is the digital transformation which was brought by the best minds. They have put their minds. That's the reason why you are enjoying your Instagram reels now. At that point of time, we used to watch boring TV serials sticking to the TV. We didn't have any option. We used to watch Saas Bahu serials. Mothers used to watch, we used to watch. But now, we have everything on internet. Okay, we can watch a movie. No, movie is 3 hours. We don't want that. We can watch a reel, just 1 minute. All this has happened because the data has come cheaper. And mobile. I still remember when I was in intermediate, that jail kind of situation. Most of my, my friends, they didn't have mobile phones. Having mobile phone was like having SUV right now. It was, what do you call, rich man's property, status symbol, something like that. We used to have landlines. I'm speaking about 2003. It's not like 1980, 1970. Still, having a Nokia phone it's like having a Benz car at that point of time. Your sirs might know that. We used to have landlines, and my parents used to call at a specific point of time. But I think you people must have those coin phones, and you go to dip that card, they give you card, and then you call your parents. Each and of you have cell phone right now, right? But at that point of time, the cell phone was very costlier. Why? We were importing mobiles. But right now, we are the second biggest, largest manufacturer of mobile phones in the world, and we are the exporting mobile phones to almost 24 countries, including France and Switzerland. And you know, Now the Apple company has moved away from China and it is putting its biggest manufacturing center in India. How this has happened? It has happened because of minds like you who are manufacturing mobiles and everything. This is the role where you come in. Now I want to tell something. You must have heard about Eiffel Tower, right? Yeah, Eiffel Tower. Have you seen that? Paris. Oh no, you will go in future once you finish in 4 years. Yeah, you can go and watch it, no problem. Eiffel Tower. Imagine Eiffel Tower. It's lying on the ground. But just imagine there are two hills and there is a river going beneath, and there is a bridge which is lying at a height of almost 359 meters, more than Eiffel Tower. Imagine, just close your eyes. Two hills, a river going by, almost the height of Eiffel Tower, and there is a bridge going. It's the world's highest railway bridge. What is it? You don't know, you are IIT students, I am a medical student. It's a China bridge. Just imagine it. It's a beautiful sight. Yesterday, you know what our country has achieved? Our Vande Bharat has gone at a speed of 100 km per hour on that railway bridge, which was lying at a height more than Eiffel Tower on a river. What a beautiful scene. It was made because of the brightest minds. And I want to remind, there is a very bright mind called Madhavi Lata. She is a proud Telugu, from Andhra Pradesh. She is now in IIScr. She is a geological expert. She studied the terrain, Himalayan terrain, and she was the main brain behind that. Of course, she had a team. What I mean to say was, our people have brightest minds and they are executing them. One such example is the China bridge. There are many such examples. You imagine snow falling all around. Roads get blocked. You know about Kashmir and Ladakh? The roads used to get blocked. There are people living there. There are army living there. They can't go in the winter, even for the supplies. But then the brightest minds like you have come up with an idea to go with the underground, all with the tunnel. It's Atal tunnel. It's got opened recently. How is all this happening? Because you people are thinking. You people are putting your minds into that. Okay, this is the transformation which has happened because of people like you. And now most of us respect our Indian Army, right? Have you ever met any soldier? Yes? Okay, very good. I went to Uttarakhand recently. I had the opportunity to stay with our army people. We are proud of our Indian Army, but I want to tell you something. In 2014, we were importing the bulletproof jackets. Even the helmets what the army people used to wear. This was our situation. But right now, I want to tell, we are manufacturing. Of course, we manufactured bulletproof jackets. We are manufacturing bulletproof jackets. We are manufacturing the helmets. We are manufacturing AK-47 guns. We are manufacturing the mortar shells. We are manufacturing the Howitzer. We are manufacturing drones. We are manufacturing anti-satellite spyways. We are manufacturing fighter jets. We are manufacturing dual combat aircraft carriers. We are manufacturing surface-to-air missiles. We are manufacturing our own frigates, our own naval ships, our own navy vessels. All this we are manufacturing because of people and minds like you. I want to quote a single data. Defense, India was being seen as importer. Some person, some company sitting in France or US or UK used to manufacture and they used to sell us. They were thinking like us as a consumer. But I want to tell one number, remember this. Exports from India were just rupees 686 crores in 2014. You know how much we have exported this year? 38,424 crore worth ammunition, including drones, missiles, all the guns to 40 nations. Okay? This has all happened. How? Because you have put your minds behind. And you know what? The future defense is not just with guns or machine guns or tanks. You accept with me, right? Where will the war happen? It will happen inside the computers, cyber attacks. And one more thing is satellite war. There are only 4 countries in the world which have this anti-satellite technology. You must be knowing about this, right? Don't tell me you don't know. The satellites, they give us everything. What you are doing using the mobile phone, The map, the location, everything is linked to satellite. Only 4 countries in this world, India, China, Russia, had anti-satellite technology. That means they have that missile which can go and shoot a satellite in the space so that it will fall. This is a satellite where it's a technology which is going to be the next defense technology. You know, India developed it. India is the only 4th country to do so. This is the kind of achievement which India had made, which minds like you made. And how many of you people got COVID? No one got COVID. Oh, you got vaccinated? Oh, very good. You got vaccinated? I am a doctor, so I am a better expert in this field, vaccines. All of you must have got vaccinated, right? Always the vaccines used to be, you know, some foreign company makes and they give us prototypes. Some companies, I don't want to take the name. Even now, there are some companies which think that the vaccines are their own material. But what happens in this situation is, India, for the first time, when it was battling with COVID, you know, this our ICMR and National Institute of Virology, with the help of Bharat Biotechnology, has developed COVID vaccine within a record time of 1 year. Some European company also developed a COVID vaccine. I want to listen to you carefully. The cost difference. Suppose you are staying in US or America. To get a COVID vaccine, there it was getting almost 24,000 to 48,000 in Indian rupees. But here in India, we gave it free to almost 200 crore. I mean double dosage. 200 crore populations, we gave it at a cost of 200 rupees. How did this happen? There was an entire team, doctors, scientists who researched this, and we started manufacturing in our own ICMR. That is the reason we were able to develop COVID vaccine at a lesser cost, and we were able to vaccinate our 100 crore citizens not only twice, but we also gave the vaccine to 39 countries, thereby protecting our citizens. Just imagine if we didn't manufacture. We must have brought that patent technology at whatever the cost the private companies have quoted. It must have been 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees or 6,000 rupees. This is the difference what the technology of manufacturing within India has made. We have got the vaccine for a lesser cost and in a lesser time. This is where our brightest minds help us. Okay. Now, I want to ask some question. What do you think the population of New Zealand? New Zealand, you people know, right? Hardly 50 lakhs? Plus or minus, correct? Yeah. And you know how many two-wheelers India has exported this year? Oh, India exports two-wheelers. You people don't, I think you have come from the jail kind of situation thing, so you don't know anything. Yeah, India once used to just import you know, these two-wheelers or four-wheelers or those things. And I just want to give you one more data. Recently, you know, every year this study comes, which is the safest vehicle. I purchased a Kia car. I think Kia is a South Korean company. But in the study which was conducted, it came 3.5, 4.5 rating. But you know which company came in the top rating? It's an Indian company. Indian car which was manufactured, which has come with almost 4.5 rating out of 5 for in the security testing. This is what India has achieved now. India was importing two-wheeler vehicles, but this year, you know how many we have exported? 51.8 lakh two-wheelers we have exported. This is almost the population of New Zealand and some European countries. This is what the brightest minds of India have achieved recently. So, just developing India or building India doesn't mean building roads or building airports or manufacturing mobiles or manufacturing pharma products. There are minds behind that who are working continuously. Those minds are you. And what is your role in building India? This is the gist or the mood point of my talk, right? Okay. I will tell you something. You can go back and ask your parents, or sir, they are all my age. You know stock market, mutual funds? Oh my God, you people know? Out of jail, still you know about stock market? See, that's the kind of awareness and financial literacy you had. But when my father used to purchase stock market or share market, it was so difficult. There used to be this brokerage houses or brokerage offices. You need to go there and they used to sell like lottery tickets and you need to grab them as if it's like purchasing first day tickets of some junior NTR cinema or some cinema releases. So that stock on the day you need to go and purchase. So many people used to think, oh, this is a headache. And there was a lot of scams going on. So they used to hike. Okay, our generation came. Still purchasing stocks was you need to go to a bank and then did. But you know, worldwide the USA stock market, Japan stock market, South Korean stock market, they are booming so much because they were very accessible. So India has a lot of consumer potential, but the stock market is not growing because we are not able to access it. We were not able to access it. So two brothers, Nikhil Kamath and Nitin Kamath, they started why we should not have our own app, something like that, where we can easily sell the stocks or buy the stocks. Any of you have an idea who I am talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. So already we have one more Nikhil Kamath and Nitin Kamath sitting here. They already found an inspiration, Zerodha. It has changed the life. Now they have 1.2 crore customers. Now you see any millennial, I am a millennial, morning they will 9 o'clock, 9:15, out of gym or out of work, they will see stock market. Okay, this is the stocks. I think some people of you are doing, no? None of you are doing, oh very good, financial literacy. Millennials, we are not investing in land, we are not investing in gold, we are investing in stock market every day because of the apps like that. But this is the people like those Nikhil Kamath and Nitin Kamath who thought they should solve our problem. We had a problem. It's like real estate. Now buying a land, going to broker house, now that is solved. So every day you go and ask your parents or your siblings, most of them will be on Zerodha or Grow app or something like that. This has happened because people identified a problem and solved the problem. And I'll tell you one more example. You know Uttarakhand, anyone from Uttarakhand here? No one from Uttarakhand? No. It's a very beautiful place. I have been to Uttarakhand recently, but it is a very hilly area. It's not like Karnool, lot of hills and then snow and all. So very difficult sometimes when it snows or when it rains. There are landslides. So it was very difficult to travel, to commute. There is this young boy who thought he is an engineer. I should do something to help the people travel in this area. So what he designed, you can't imagine. He designed a single-seater electrical flying vehicle. He tested it recently. Any name you can give me? Ravi Tamta. You people must be knowing this. Ravi Tamta. He is an engineering graduate who also established his own startup called as Hapida, and then he designed his own Hapida Skynex. It's a single-seater flying electrical vehicle. He imagined it, he drew it, he designed it, he created a prototype and he has tested it in the hills. That is what the bright minds are doing to this country. They are identifying the problem which is innate to this country and they are trying to solve this. And I think you know all this recent example, Vikram landing in space. Huh? Vikram? I am not speaking about Vikram Sinmaya. What is Vikram? Vikram? I'll tell you what is Vikram. It is the world's first privately launched orbital capacity satellite which was successful by the first time itself. You got my point? This is a privately owned company which has launched satellite in the orbit and which was successful in the first mission itself. Even Tesla was not able to do that. But our own Skyroot company has successfully introduced the satellite in the orbit on the first attempt itself. This was made possible because of two IIT graduates. I think Pawan Kumar Chanda and Nag Bharat Dhaka, again from Andhra Pradesh, Vizag. They were working in ISRO, and then in 2020 the space was open to private sector, so they went out and they started a small startup company, Skyroot, and they started getting capital from venture capitalism. So they got interested into this, and of course government also supported. But they had an idea, they have dreamt very big. Only 3 countries have this technology till now, India, China and India. And And there are only 4 companies, 2 American companies, 1 Chinese company and 1 Indian company. But the Indian company was the first one to do successfully such an orbital launch in the first attempt. That is the greatness of our brightest minds. Okay. And I gave these examples because it doesn't take a big corporate sector or a big multinational company to bring up with something new or to think something new so that it will help people and it will help your country. It all starts with your experience. It starts with one mind thinking what are the problems, identify the problem and how I can solve this and how to design it and then how to manufacture it. In this way, you are not only helping the people, but you yourself are also growing. This is what you are supposed to do, because in this institute, you have everything. You have the degree, you have the faculty, you have the resources, you have the brightest minds, and what you need to do is, you need to identify the problem which the people are facing and identify the solutions for them. And how many of you want to join a job? What? No one wants to join a job? Oh, get campus placements. The rest of the people, they don't want jobs. Why? You don't want jobs? Oh, hardly I have seen 30 to 40% of the people lifting their hands. See, when I was in my graduation, doctor, medical profession is different. But when I speak about engineering graduates, the thing was like that. Okay, go to jail. Jail means, I hope you understand the coaching institutes what we were. Okay, go to jail, work hard for 2 years, then go to institute, study, get a degree, get a job, get a salary, get a promotion, that's it. Correct? That was when I was, in 2003, millennials time. But right now, you need not think in the same way. You need not think about just going into some corporate institute or someone employing you. You can come out of that thinking. Why I should just get a job? Instead, I can be a job provider. Because you have everything here in India right now. You have a very strong base here. You have amalgamation of different kinds of branches. Computer science, artificial intelligence, mechanical. So you have a solid foundation. And then you have resources in the form of grants, in the form of experience. And then you have incubator setups, mainly from IITs. And there are venture capitals and there are some programs which you can design, you can utilize to build startups. And most importantly, India is the biggest market, yeah. We are 1.4 billion population. For example, how many of you have Facebook? No, not Facebook. Sorry. Instagram. Oh, everyone. Twitter? Facebook? Outdated, huh? Okay, fine. So, Instagram is owned by which country? Mark Zuckerberg. Correct? Meta. Facebook is owned by which company? Again Meta. So, I am giving one example which you can understand easily. So, why we should go on using those platforms which are designed by other engineers sitting elsewhere in a country. I am not degrading them, I am not telling not to use them. But I am telling you, I gave you the examples of Zorodo and Grow. The thought process is like, I should develop a app or I should develop a platform which can be used by my people in this country. Instagram and Facebook go proudly and tell we have 30 crore customers in India, we have 50 crore customers in Facebook. But why can't an Indian design something like that? This is one example what I am giving, which will correlate with you. Or one more thing is, you have to look at the problems. For example, I just gave you the example of social media. If you see this time there is El Nino. You know El Nino? Yeah. You come from, anyone comes from agriculture families? No. Okay. Our India is an agriculture based economy. This time we are having super El Nino. That means we are having a deficit rainfall. Because of deficit rainfall, we face a lot of problems, drinking water, and then the agriculture production will be reduced. So maybe you people can think about that also. I gave you one example of social media. Some of you can think, what can I do for my farmers of my country? whether I can use the drone technology, or whether I can use the monsoon forecasting, or I can use some technology where I can use satellites to identify the water reservoirs and advise farmers as to produce which crop. And such technology, maybe it can be useful for farmers. And if you see any waste lying down, everywhere in India we see waste lying down, maybe you can think in a different way. Maybe you can think of designing some robots, because humans going and recycling this is not, I mean, it's inhuman. Maybe some machine or robots which can clear them and which can be recycled easily. This is, whenever you see something, you have to think what we can do in the next step. For example, if you see, how many of you are from villages? No one from village. I want to say still there is a gap when it comes to healthcare system in the villages. Maybe you can think what I can do from my side. Maybe I can use a telemedicine, a simple telemedicine app, or portable medical devices, or artificial intelligence which can be interlinking the doctors sitting in the towns. In case of emergencies, they can call someone. If you come up with the new ideas, new solutions, India is a biggest ecosystem where you can do wonders, because there are problems and you have to identify solutions, as I have told. And I just want to finish off my speech. See, by 2047, I think we must have grown very older. You must be in my situation by that point of time. I think most of you, some of you might have become engineers, some of you might have become researchers, some of you might have become scientists, some of you might have become entrepreneurs, some of you might have put their own startups, and some of you might be, maybe some of you might be working in multinational companies. But see, what you should think is, what was your contribution in building the nation? My generation, as I have told you, contributed a lot. What am I going to contribute? Whether it is in the form of digital infrastructure, or in the form of roads, or in the form of solving the problems in different kinds, or indigenous space technology, or in the health sector, or in the smart systems, or in the digital public structure. It's just not about earning a job. It's about what am I going to innovate something. Because India will not just be built like that. It will be built because people like you who are studying today. India will be Vikasit Bharat in 2047 because of the engineers sitting here, because of the scientists who are sitting in our laboratories, because of the entrepreneurs who are currently working from the small rooms, because of the startups which have not been started yet, because of the innovations that have not been imagined yet. But all these things, your imaginations, your designs, your prototypes, your startups, then manufacturing on a large scale, will help India to transform into Vikasit Bharat by 2047. Every person counts. If every person moves forward, India moves forward. It's not like some other person is doing, India is growing by itself. It doesn't happen. It happens because we are building it, we are contributing it. It's not just the Jawan who is working there in the borders safeguarding us. Every Indian citizen, be it a doctor, be it a scientist, be it a teacher, be it a chartered accountant, be it a lecturer, anyone who is doing their job for the country and paying taxes and being honest is also a Jawan for this country. Will you accept with me or not? Yes or no? Yes. Our role in protecting this country and also developing in this country, every citizen has a role. You have the talent, you have the education, India has a market and India has an ecosystem. So with this, I just want to conclude that. I am concluding early. I think the time what they have given is good. This is what we expect from you. You are the brightest minds. You are the future of our country. Of course, we are the present. So you are the future of our country. India depends on you. You identify the problems and you just ask one question. What did my country give me? Not that. You should ask what I gave to this country. If you think like that, what am I going to give my country? You will know the answer. And with this, I want to conclude this speech. Don't just prepare for Vikasit Bharat. You build Vikasit Bharat because the country rests on your shoulders now. We are transferring the baton to you. The Vikasit Bharat transformation and building is done by you people. And with this, I want to conclude my. Was the speech really very big? It took a lot of time? No. Okay. And my few words on, because I'm a doctor, I was supposed to speak on health also. Now that you people have come out of jail, please focus on your health. Okay? Do some exercise regularly because we want our future India to be healthier. There are some alarming data which is coming out. India is the capital of obesity and diabetes. Scary data. Between 15 to 49 years women, almost 51% are obese. And if you see below 20 years, 20% people are overweight, youth, youngsters. So if you want India to be healthier, you all should be healthier. Okay? Maintain proper diet. Okay? Eat raw food wherever possible. Raw means not raw, like fruits, vegetables, whenever, not ultra processed foods. Avoid ultra processed foods like pizzas, burger, semi raw, like chapati and a curry is like semi raw. Salad and oats with milk is completely raw. If you can eat that, that's fine. Ensure that you have all these included in diet. Protein and then vegetables and then fruits and then calcium, milk, all these things. Please avoid junk food. You are too young to eat that. All those kind of Coca-Colas, bottled beverages, please avoid that. And daily 30 to 40 minutes exercise is good. Whatever you like, you can play or you can do some exercise. Take care of your health because a healthy India needs healthy youth. That's my final conclusion. If you have got any medical problems, you can always visit me. I am there in hospital almost 24/7, 10 to 3:30 and then 7 to 9. With this, I want to thank your IIIT DM management for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Aftarkhan sir and Amar sir, and I really want to thank you people for bearing me for almost 35 minutes. I think I have not bored you too much because there is a 20 years gap between you and me. I think so I hope I have not bored you, and hope I will see some Nikhil Kamath or Ravi coming out from this fresh batch when I can say that student from IIIT has designed this maybe in my future speech. Thank you. Wishing you all the best. Meet you soon. Thank you.